この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. Happy Tuesday, happy Mushishi Day, or maybe sad Mushishi Day. We'll have to see. We've had some sad episodes recently. It's Tuesday. We're gonna watch some Mushishi Zoku show. We're on episode 7 and probably 8. And last time we had a creepy water mirror that turns into you, and we had super spooky tree that is also has infected a lady person who has been grafted onto other people, and there's a murder doctor. Also, just thinking back on the last few episodes of Mushishi that we've had, in episode 3, we had spooky, depressed snow. In episode 4, we had a spooky, creepy mountain of killing animals and stuff. In episode 5, we had spooky water mirror takes over your body. And in episode 6, we had creepy tree and doctor is bad. So we've had snow, mountains, water, and trees. So I'm going to guess that our next episode is either about fire or wind, because we got to complete the Avatar: The Last Airbender, quartet of elemental powers. Yeah. I honestly, I doubt that that's the case. I do expect that we will meet some Mushi, and I wonder if we will get some slightly less creepy Mushi, because again, we've had a run of like 4 pretty bad things with like depressed dude in the snow and spooky dude on the mountain and creepy water takes over your body or steals your place and whatnot, and then spooky creepy tree thing. It would be nice to have like I don't know, there was the creepy fortune teller episode, and that was creepy, but at least it was like positive. Or a little bit earlier in the season, the ocean and the fishermen and the sea and the shells type of episode, or something like that, where it's a little less Mushi are bad, you know? But I don't freaking know. All of the episodes we've had recently have been really good. Some of them have been really, really metaphorically strong and symbolically like valuable, I think. So I'm kind of up for anything here. I'm kind of up for seeing where Ginkgo ends up. But if it does end up being like air or fire, then I'm going to be squinting really hard at the elemental chaos that we are presenting via Mushishi. Regardless, I'm still having fun with this show. I'm still really enjoying it. It's very serene on Tuesdays, and that kind of keeps what I want out of the Tuesday slot after Natsume was our Tuesday show. So I'm having a good time, having a good time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. All right, let's watch episode 7 of Mushishi Zoku Show and see if my weird theory comes to light, or not. It probably won't. But also, let's see what this episode is about and whether it's any good. So, I've got episode 7 of Mushishi Zoku Show up and ready to go. It's sitting at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions. Picture-in-picture version will be available in the description. Timer-based version will be up on YouTube. Early access will be on the Patreon. Like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. Okay. And there will be a beep beep timer to count you down to 0 when we'll start the episode for episode 7. Let's go. Beep beep timer. Okay, so we're doing this again. Will there be something unique here? No, there's the snowflake. That, I don't know. That might be a new cut. I don't remember. To be entirely honest, I don't remember. Okay, and there we go. I shiver. Such a pretty song. All right. Fire. Air. Sunlight. It is hot out there. Yeah, okay, this is a very desert-y place. You'd actually use some water. Oh, yeah, those are your rice fields? Your rice paddies? That's bad. Oh, I love the style. Hello. Can you do that? Never. Oh. Was that on ones? What? Whoa. She's right. Somewhat like the fortune teller, honestly. Worry not, the rains will come. Yeah, we're gonna fucking survive. She's just sitting there. Okay, I wonder if she divined it or if she, like, made it come. Because one would be helpful and the other would be saving fucking... Oh, yeah, there are not enough clouds for that to be happening. She made that happen, huh? It's called a river. Oh, okay. Oh, mirages. Hey, ginkers. I don't think I've ever said ginkers before, and it felt weird and wrong. Oh, boy. Yeah. Gonna run to the lady. Hello. It will rain here soon. She is fucking bringing the rain. Oh, he hears something from her. She's got some kind of Mushi in her. Yeah. Yeah. Who are you, water daughter? Okay, I guess this one's about water again. So, no air, no fire. Oh, fire. Not kidding. Yeah, but if it didn't work, you'd get killed. Teru. So she is known. Cool, cool, cool. Pretty rad. Hey, Yasu, how do you know this Teru fella? Hey, girl, person. Lol, no. Oh, okay. Very confident, aren't we? Because Teru said so. Never ever? Yeah, that's weird. Lady who smells of rain and brings rain and divines rain. Oh, children. I'm kind of digging how, like, overlit this whole episode is. That's a mirage. Thank you. That's a mirage. Honto. She's gonna find the mirage. But it won't be a mirage. It'll be a Mushi that pretends to be a mirage, right? Something like that. Sweet. What's the trade-off? To spread rain to other places. Yeah. I like her. Ooh. Ooh. Sorry, Yasu. Alright, he's actually pretty understanding about that. Okay. Alright then. Yeah, どうしてだ? Okay. Secrets. Hi. What? I just divined the rain. Hmm. I think you might be. You weird. Ooh. I like that we're folding the past into the present seemingly through her memories. Does she actually make it happen, or does it simply rain wherever she goes? Kind of like the kid who was always followed by snow? I don't know. I'm curious. Ah, life nectar. Water, water. Oh. Sorry, just the sound of rain is so peaceful. They really nailed the sound design on it. Oh. Okay, it just follows her wherever she goes, so she can't stay in one place, kind of like Ginkgo. Jesus. Fuck. Okay. But then she leaves and it clears, right? Huh. And the ceaseless rain begins here. But what's amazing is that she's turned it into something incredibly valuable, much like Ginkgo. It's as if. Home? But then you come and it begins to rain. Yeah. That was way faster than usual, but yeah, you can't escape it. No clouds. But then she has the wherewithal to choose to use it. It can't. But it is. Whoa. So kind of like Ginkgo, she's unable to stay in one place. I'll bet it was chasing the mirage, dude. Something like that. Sounds like you need to talk to Ginkgo. Right, and then the fact that she's unable to cry. That's the second time we've brought that up. So I wonder if it's relevant. Okay. It hasn't come this time? Is that because Ginkgo's here? I'll bet it's because Ginkgo's here. That's the thing that's changed. Digging a well, digging a well. So this is the problem. Right, because they started celebrating early. What? Did he get injured in the well? Oh no. Heat exhaustion, perhaps? Nobody has any. We are all gonna die. No, not again! No! Why no rain? What is that dot? Whoa, it was the first drop. It's her tears? Whoa. It's something about her desire to cry. Yasu fucking dead, fam. Too late. Oh, he's alive. Never mind. Okay. Wait, what? So was it just taking time? What was that? We need Ginkgo on this case, man. So I have no idea why it didn't start earlier. Because it wasn't a Ginkgo, because it does start. Hi. Let's talk. Some... Oh. Oh. Ah, the Mirage. Eh? What? What? Oh, that's so fucking dope. Ooh. Oh, it ran away. It's inside me. Uh-uh. Oh. Okay. They puddle up on the ground. Okay. Okay. Yeah. They might be permanent. So, yeah, sorry. No tears. How long is their lifespan? That's probably why they're probably dying off. Okay. But it's also saved. It's also saved a lot of people. Whoa. Harsh. Mhm. Mhm. Moving from place to place. No, you've saved a lot of people. Okay. Okay. Wonder who her voice actress is. This episode is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. No clouds. It's cool as hell to take a concept like sun showers and create an episode out of it like this. I really like this one. This is like as Mushishi an episode as Mushishi can get, you know? I dig it. I'm also happy because it's a more positive feeling episode, even if it is a bit of a struggle. Yeah. Why is this ED so much longer than usual? It's like a full minute and a half. Is that normal? I feel like it's usually a little bit shorter than that. Okay. Ooh. That little bit of rain at the end. Wind Razor? So we got two water ones, and then there's a wind one. Ooh, No, it doesn't. It's not a thing. I really like this episode. I know I say that a lot, but I really mean it this time. And it's not just because of the thematic elements, it's because of the structural elements of the episode. Folding her past in with the present is really powerful. The way that we echo certain things repeatedly through the episode, for example, the moment when she is holding the boy's hand and he dies, and in with his hand in hers, due to the rain that she brings, and then she is holding Yasu's hand and he almost dies due to the lack of rain that she brings. Right, that echoing, that not again, no, is extremely powerful in terms of creating a cool structure for an episode and an emotional structure for this character who has grown up but is still hounded by the same fears and the same terror of being someone who causes pain or destruction to those around her, either by bringing the rain or being unable to. Now, once she realizes that she is the one who brings the rain, the only time that she causes a problem is when she tells people, convinced herself, that the rain is coming, and they celebrate early and they start using their water because they trust her. And she's right, the rain is coming. It's just slower than she would have wanted. I thought at that point, and I'll say that this is something else that makes the episode powerful, is we don't get the reveal from Ginkgo of exactly what kind of Mushi this is and what we should expect from it until the very end, when we collapse the past timeline and the current timeline so that she gains an understanding of what she's actually dealing with. That's when it all sort of collapses together and like becomes one thing, and we come to understand all of it. I think that's really, 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 really good. And then we have the visual aspects of the episode, which are like, this episode is defined by two things. Either everything is ultra bright, like over bright, like where in reality you would be like squinting away from looking at anything just from reflected sunlight on surfaces, which is something that I end up dealing with pretty frequently when it's bright outside. Like white or off-white surfaces anywhere I cannot look at, and it's because my eyes are very sensitive. Potentially because they're blue, which is a thing that is associated with like light sensitivity. But this feeling of everything being blown out and too lit and too bright really makes all of the lack of rain sequences come to life. And makes them feel very real. It makes it feel like there's something that we need and that we're waiting for in these situations. This scene where like, this is pretty clearly paint used for animation, maybe digital paint, I don't know, but it's absolutely gorgeous. As like, I mean, it really tells the entire story of the episode, which is, this is a woman who is herself part mirage, right? Is it's what she is in this sequence. She is part of the mirage. We're seeing a reflection of her through the haze of heat that is part her and part water almost. It's also freaking gorgeous, and it's on ones technically. Like, it moves on ones. And then I think I wanted to check this, and I wrote down the timestamp for it, that when we see her moving in a moment, I think it's on ones as well. Not here. Here's twos. But here. No, it's on twos. It's on twos. It's just really smooth and slow and steady. I thought this sequence was on ones because of the way she... Oh, the camera movement becomes ones in a moment partway through this sequence. I see. So maybe that's why I thought so. But I thought that this sequence was smoother because this sequence feels like it offsets her from the rest of the world. That it separates her and makes her like unique. And it does, but it's not in the way that I thought it was. It's just the framing and the smoothness of the motion. Okay, cool. And then the celebration. Yeah, though you may pursue it, you will never reach it, a mirage. Really setting everything up there. And just the way that she walks through space and the way that she exists and the subtle smile that she carries is really interesting. And of course, the moment as she walks by that Ginkgo smells rain and hears a little bit of rain on her. Very interesting. And her village trusts her that the rain will come, but they're also working toward a more permanent solution, which is the well that he's digging, which is great. We never get an explanation for why he collapses, but it's pretty easy to see that it was probably heat exhaustion or something like that. And then the interplay between her and Ginkgo is like she kind of knows what she's doing, and he kind of is suspicious of what she's doing. Do you think anyone could cause the rain? Impossible. Impossible. But it's true. Or these subtle, quiet moments where she's just sitting and thinking, and these are where we get those flashbacks into earlier days, and the joy of rain turns into a terror of rain as people get sick. Too much of anything in any one direction causes these problems. I thought maybe it was going to have something to do with, and I think this is a crucial part of keeping the mystery up. I thought maybe it was going to have something to do with her inability to cry. Not that the Mushi were just taking over the water in her body, as we explained with Ginkgo, but that they required her to be feeling some kind of sadness in order to bring the rain around her, as though the Mushi were almost crying for her. And that would be like kind of scary and deep and rough. It would turn her into a sacrificial character who has these feelings of disconnection and inability to help people, but then is able to use those the result of those feelings to help people and to save lives by moving to places and feeling sad but causing goodness around her. But instead it's much simpler than that. The Mushi don't care about your emotions. They just bring the rain, and they're getting weaker. That's really, 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 really interesting. I think she's a really likable character, in large part because of the way that she uses her gift to try to help different villages and bring rain to them. And we only see the one negative instance of it where she tries to help her own home village and bring rain there, and it just doesn't happen. And the problem that she causes is because she tells people that rain will come, and they start celebrating too soon. I think this episode does a really, really good job of painting her internal emotional landscape in certain circumstances as she watches people die, assumingly because of her. Though she doesn't know it at this point, once she moves to another location and the rain begins to follow her, and she begins to understand that this is caused by her in some way, in some crazy, spooky, weird way. And the rain continues to fall wherever she goes. It's scary and it's sad. Lots of isolating shots. I'm sure if I just skim through, there's one. There are a lot of shots of her against blankness or against bleak landscapes or against just rain. her being alone, being offset from her village, from her aunt's village, from other people, from families, by this curse gift that she has, this difference, this weirdness that is the Mushi that are within her. Um, and I think that this scene where she actually the intakes this is so cool, and it is on ones, as it damn well should be. Shoop, and it's just gone in an instant. It senses her water and becomes her, a part of her. Again, echoing the water daughter, water takeover, water mirror, mirror lake episode, but instead of taking over her, it just uses her as a host. Super interesting. Super duper interesting. But it is like what she does with it that really changes things. She goes from village to village, bringing them good tidings and then bringing rain. The choice to become someone who creates and helps other people is really, 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 really valuable, and is a powerful portion of this episode. In a way, it's like making the best of a bad situation, but instead, what it really is somebody using the weird talents that they didn't ask for the good of others. And that's what she's constantly trying to do. So I get this picture of her as a very powerfully altruistic individual. Partly she's like running from the fact that if she stays in one place for too long, it will bring too much rain. So she has to keep moving. But it's also like it's goodness. And that's really cool. I think this is a fantastic episode. I want to look up who directed this one, and who is in charge of it and all that jazz. And I also want to look up her voice actress because I think she does a really good job. So I'll look up Teru and I'll look up the episode's staff and stuff. So let me pull up ANN to do that. Oh fuck, she's like everyone. She has so many roles. She's Mio in K-On! She's Freya in Dungeon ni Dei. She's Sarah and Seraphim in Kore wa Zombie desu ka? She's Iori in Jujutsu Kaisen, which I haven't seen. Hoki in Infinite Stratos. Rias Gremory in High School DxD. Kaira Tsurugino in Hayate the Combat Butler. Nanako in Flowers of Evil. Sayuri in Flip Flappers. Tons of things. Tons. Farnese in Clang Clang Berserk 2016-17. Clang Clang. What other crazy cool roles is? I mean, just the fact that she's Mio in K-On! Super tracks here and works really well. Shino in Seitukai Yaku Indomo. Oh, right, she's Maria Kundenzavna Eve in Senki Zesho Sympho Gear. Hey, quick shill. SOS Bros are watching Sympho Gear, so that's cool. That's good for them. She's Aoi in Hibike Euphonium because there's a lot of stuff in KyoAni using their same people. But I think just that we can take away that she is Mio and Maria gives us a pretty good basis for the kind of reason that Yoko Hikasa might have been cast for this particular role and tracks. She does a lot of really powerful, understated emotional work as Maria in Symphogear. She also sings like a boss, so that's cool. And she does some fantastic work as Mio in K-On!, who's in large part because of her voice acting, but also because of the characterization and writing, of course, is a beloved character and I think a lot of people's favorite character in K-On!. That tracks really well and is actually very fun to find out that this actress, who I think did a really, really, really good job in this episode, comes up as one of the more prolific, and not only prolific, but actually living up to it, and one of the better female voice actresses that I am aware of. So hella good job there, and I dig it. I dig it like crazy. Okay, so episode direction is Yasuhiro Geshi, who directs 3 through 13. episode directs 3 through 13. Some of them with help from other people, but this one there's nobody else listed, so it is Yasuhiro Geshi as the sole episode director. And I am not familiar with Geshi's work, so let me check them out. Couple episodes of Beastars, storyboard and episode direction. Some Blade and Soul, lots of episode direction on a lot of things. Worked on one episode of Gurren Lagann, cool. Worked on a couple episodes of Ghost in the Shell, SAC, Standalone Complex, cool. And a few other things. Couple episodes of Yuri on Ice, a couple episodes of some other stuff. Okay, so a big time episode director. I don't see any direction credits, like unit direction credits or anything like that. So mostly an episode director and storyboarder, and seemingly a good one. So cool stuff. Animation direction by Eiji Abiko. Who is also going to direct 7 through 10. So the next couple episodes might have some stylistic stuff that we could like recognize potentially coming from that. Cool. That's really cool. I'm also noticing, just because I'm noticing it, I'm not like looking for it, but I'm noticing that there are a lot of cross credits on episode 8 specifically. Like I see 5 separate animation directors who had some kind of animation direction credit on episode 8. Some of them are like Eiji Abiko, who did 7 through 10, and then Mitsuko Baba, who does 3, 5, 8, Noboru Sugemitsu 1, 6, 8, Takahiro Kagami 3, 8, Terumi Nishi 7 through 10, Yoshihiko Umakoshi, who's the CAD, the chief animation director, 5 through 10. And then on episode direction, I see Koichiro Sotome on 8, Ryo Miyata on 8, Yasuhiro Geshi crosses over on 8. So that's at least 3 episode directors. So that's interesting because it seems like there's a lot of like staff all working on the next episode that we're going to watch for some reason. And I don't know why that's going to be. Maybe it could be that it was like a crunch and they had to all work on it or something. Or it could be that a lot of the staff vibed with that episode and wanted to work on it and create it and make it interesting. We're going to have to find out by watching the next episode. Good, lucky for us, we're gonna do that. So I will wrap this up by saying that I think episode 7 is excellent. It's a sweet, calm Mushishi episode that nails a particular structure that works really well, that folds its past and its present together to create an interesting little bit of a mystery, but mostly just a storyline and a character who has like a real history and feels like a real person making real choices into this episode. And I think that's really good. I think this was a really excellent, very enjoyable episode of Mushishi to watch. So I'm very pleased with this one. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And we also found out that she's a super cool voice actress who's really good. Hell yeah. Okay, I'm going to take a breaky thingy, do a syncy thingy, and be back in a moment for episode 8, where there's a bunch of staff working on this one, and we'll see whether that's, it could be a too many cooks sort of situation where that ends up being a problem, but my expectation is that it'll be the opposite, and there will be some interesting stylistic work in episode 8. So, I'll see you in a moment for that. Peace. All right, welcome back. We are good to go for episode 8 of Mushishi Zoku Show. It's going to be something wind-related. I forget the exact title, but it's going to be something wind-related. And again, there are a bunch of staff working on this one, like a bunch of crossed over staff for a couple of different roles. So I'm really interested in seeing why that might be and what the result might end up being. Let's watch the episode and find out. Beep beep timer for episode 8. I don't know why I'm holding this up. I do know why I'm holding this up. It's because I'll tell you a little secret. It's not a secret. When I like open and I start recording, and also when I say that I'm going to do a syncy thing to sync up the thing, I play the beep beep timer, like the same one that you see down here when we start an episode, but I play it full screen, and then I hold this up so that I can see the reflections off of this. I used to like hold up my hand, but it's a lot easier if I can see the reflections on here. So when it goes yellow, I see a yellow light appear here, and when it goes yellow again, I see a yellow light appear here, and then when it goes white, I see a white light, right? And then in post, what I can do is I can frame by frame through the video, and I can can check that the sound of the beep and the visual of the yellow light on the like the video track, and then the visual of the yellow light appearing on my video track are all on the same frame, so that I can sync up all of those tracks together and we get a pretty well synced video. Sometimes it ends up being off by a frame because OBS like skips frames sometimes, and once you drop one, you drop it for the rest of the video. But for the most part, it works really well. Anyway, that's why I instinctively I was like, we're getting ready to go, and I held this up. But no, we're actually just gonna watch the episode. So let's watch the episode. Beep beep timer. Okay, straight into Shiver. Which makes me think that we need more time. Also, is the ED? Yeah, the ED's as long as it usually is. Okay, I don't know why it felt longer last time. Ooh, that's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. That is unlike any water animation that I've ever seen. Ooh. Hmm. Wind birds. Sweet. Are those real birds? Wind Razor. Wind Waker? Wind Waker. So was that him? Did he whistle and it is. Ah. Eh? I paid for passage. Yeah, okay. Toriki. Can be. Oh, they can't see the birds. Oh, interesting. Talos. They're Talos. Oh. But you can just whistle. Okay. Dude, the water animation. That's probably why there are so many people. Somebody for the CG birds or the copy pasted birds. Whoa. Too much. Too much. Wow, dude, the water is so pretty. Hey. Steady, steady. Rest. Whoa. You suck at whistling. Okay, so it's Givu Andotek. Yeah, it's pretty rad. Hmm. Oh. Oh. Okay. I would listen to the white-haired man. He's gonna fucking whistle at night, and we're gonna find out. Yeah, your captain needs to be paying you more, my man. Your captain needs to be paying you more, man. Hmm. He pulled the weight of the whole ship, dog. Sweet. Moving up in the world. He's gonna blow during the night to get them there fast enough. I'm too eager. No, it's nighttime. Don't do the whistling. Don't do it. You've been given one thing. It's gonna call a storm. Maybe she'll marry me. Oh, okay. Maybe she'll be proud. Your mom? I assumed it was love, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's just respect. Don't whistle. No, you fucker. You were given one explicit instruction. Look down. Oh, it's not so bad. Let me whistle some more. Fuck. God fucking damn it. It's like watching a horror movie. It's like watching a horror movie and being like, don't read the Latin. Don't read the Latin. Don't read the Latin. Uh-oh. Sneeze snakes. Sneeze snakes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What? Oh, no. Oh, my God. Instant capsize. And down we go. Deserted island? Nope. Yep. It done synced. No. Oh. Is she his wife? I assume so. Didn't seem very happy that he was alive after his ship sank. Seemed kind of like, well, all right, I guess he's back. What the fuck? They're just following him? Just gonna get a hole in that pot? What the what? No. I haven't even whistled. What the fuck? Snake, stop it. Stop it. Is that a Dashino? No, it's gotta be. Oh, it is a Dashino. But I saw him from afar and thought it might be. Okay, but we're at his house. That makes sense. Are you gonna try to sneak up on Ginkgo and scare him? You fucking idiot. Turn around, curse you. No, way worse. Rah! Chest burster. Face hugger jumps out of there. You fucking thief. Yo. Ah, there's the coat. Yeah, I need those. Hello. Our house has a bunch of holes in it. My wife has a bunch of holes in her. Well. She all holy? Oh, boy. You motherfucker, you whistled. Why are they still following him, though? And what are they? Well, I got an idea. Got some theories. What the fuck? Okay. Oh. Ibuki. Really? What's your son's name? Yeah. Motherfucker whistled. I told him not to whistle at night. Yeah, I need to go talk to that boy. Mushi smoke? Oh, nope, the whistle thing. Okay. That's gonna be a real hard. That's super cool. Oh my god. They are crawling up him. Whoa. That's some animation, man, to make those crawl over a 2D object as though it has three-dimensional form. I can see why so many people worked on this. No, we want to stay with you, Daddy Mushishi. Oh, the smoke. To get them to leave him. That's fucking dope. Alright, then we gotta go talk to this sailor boy and be like, I fucking told you. You had one job. God, what a shot. You had one job. Don't whistle at night. Hey, she's back. She's alive. Okay. Okay. Oh, they plugged all the holes. Hey, kiddo. Hi. Yeah? Uh-huh. You know what you done did. Let's go have us a chat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't think you meant, like, bad. Yeah, I know. No shit. I buy that he's actually learned his lesson, so that's something. Fuck off. Oh. Okay. You can't even see them to know when you'd be using them. Nani? They're going back! No! Why are they going back? They think it's home now. Do his kids whistle? What the fuck? Mother dumbass! Oi! I specifically told you not to do it anymore. Do you have holes in your brain? Hmm? Hmm? Oh, it's his mother. Oh! That's unexpected. What? So you gotta kill her with Mushi powers? To kill. Or cause problems. So you have a power. If you use it like that, you're going to hurt yourself. Yeah. Right. You can't go against the flock completely. Use it to be the best goddamn sailor in the world and eventually captain your own ship, dude. Always. For all of us. We all have some kind of power, right? How you choose to wield it. Oh, he didn't take it back. Oh. And they'll come and they'll eat them all. Yum, yum, yum. That could be a really cool scene. Yeah, but Sane. Feeding time. I'm saving mom. Yeah. I'm saving her. Yum, 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 yum. Feeding time. Oh. Oh. It's the birds. And they can't see any of it. So they just don't know. Oh my god. Our house. Oh no. Couldn't we have whistled the bad Mushi to the shore and then called the birds? No, it had to be this way. Jesus. Kid, what the hell? What the hell, man? Oh, he leaves it up there? Some kind of epilogue. Whoa. There's no wind. Ah. That ship sails without the wind. Oh, interesting. Hi, Ibuki. Yeah, went back to doing what he's doing. And he learned. Maybe. Oh, what a photo. I assume most of these are usually photos, but that is quite a photo of crazy rippling water with wind over it. That's really cool. You'll see that in the ocean sometimes, but it has to be just the right conditions. Oh. Sweet. Another water title, kind of, but a Valley of the Welling Tide. Okay, this is a very cool looking episode. We went into this wondering why so many staff were working on it. I think the answer becomes clear once we get into it. The look and feel of the opening water sequence sort of sets the level of certain artistic quality that we're going to experience here. It's really, I mean, it's simple waveforms, but like unique in its own right. And then we've got the CG and copy pasted birds to create this flock of birds that has its own life and its own feel to it. And then of course the not copy pasted, clearly individually drawn and individually made dark snake things, super creepy and weird. And then all of the sequences of Ginkgo with those snakes crawling upon him being so damned interesting. simple-ish story here, just one character using this power, and then he makes a mistake in using it to bring the snaky creatures. But just the feel of these moments and the way that the water is going into chaos as all these birds and the storm, the wind that they bring fly by. Really fucking interesting, and an interesting concept that they are Mushi who hunt Mushi, and they're drawn by the sound made by the homes of the Mushi which they hunt, is so interesting. But we also see this character who wants to, like, how do I put it? He wants the respect of his mother in a way, right? Maybe what is the exact line that he says? Yeah, she'll be proud, won't she? Thinking that this gift will make her proud of him, but it doesn't. I need a minute to think about that. Yeah, give me a moment to think about that. Okay, after going through some of it again, I get the feeling that this woman is not actually his biological mother; that she's his stepmother. Partly because of the way that she treats him, but like mostly because of the line that he says where he's like, "She was never a mother to me." Um, I get this sense of like freedom and optimism and like self-direction from his initial state here, and then trying to bring some of that home via the gift. Sort of a way of saying, of like proving himself to his stepmother. Maybe she'll be proud. And that seems to be his primary motivation at the very beginning. Then he makes the mistake of whistling, and it is truly a mistake. He's excited to go home and to show her this gift and all of that stuff. But he makes this mistake of whistling, and it causes the ship to capsize. We find that everyone is safe and they're all able to get on the boat and survive. But when he returns with this gift, he shows it to her, and she basically rebukes it. She doesn't give a damn about him or his self-direction or what he's doing with his life or the fact that he's a sailor or that he's good at it or that he's making good money at it. Only that he's making money that he could bring back to feed the children, right? To feed her children, not like he's not a part of that, right? There's this disconnect, and thus he becomes resentful, and whistles here. Maybe. Like, I don't know that he actually whistles here in order to bring them, or if they just follow him, because he doesn't notice them until it's kind of too late. I will, as an aside, say that this whole sequence of Adashino sneaking up and trying to sneak steal some of Ginkgo's cool shit is like, come on, bud. What are you doing? What are you doing, Dashino? Stop that. But it's very funny. And then, of course, they are interrupted by real shit going on. It's only later that this turns into the resentment. And I think it's pointed and intentional that we get these brilliant white birds against blue skies as like the image of his life as a sailor, along with some really cool Sakuga sequences, like the moment when he really blows them through and the waves are is super rad. But he brings that home with him, and what he brings home with him, it kind of metaphorically, as soon as she rejects the gift that he brings, turns into these dark snakes, dark serpents, like resentment and fear and distrust and stuff. But resentment is the thing that really echoes here, that really resonates here, and that clouds the home and harms the mother and harms him in turn. And I think that's a really powerful bit of a metaphor. The fact that Ginkgo has this whistle and is able to bring them makes for an incredible scene as they crawl all over him. And I think the work done to make them crawl all over him is insane, especially in this moment. Like here, this one kind of goes nowhere, right? Like if we track individual ones, it kind of just slips around the side of his box and disappears. But then these two, as they crawl up and around his arm and create this cylindrical space and create real shape to it, and they continue to gather upon him as he blows until he smokes and drives them away with what we've previously established is this Mushi pushing away smoke. And that's fucking awesome. Okay, he returns and he finds that this whole thing has gone down in his home, and he also finds that Ginkgo is there. It's like, oh shit, I've been caught. Uh-oh. And then we have ourselves a little talk. Um, but we don't have the full talk until a little bit later. They return because he's whistling and he knows what he's doing this time, right? Once an accident, the second time, not an accident, intentional and malicious. It's always my fault. Why does it feel this way? It's unfair. I feel bad. And again, we use these like slow character motions to create this sense of foreboding for what he's going to say next. And I think it's really, really, really powerfully good. All of the framing and direction and feel in this episode is fantastic, but then it's kind of overshadowed by the what we rarely get in Mushishi, which are these Sakuga-esque scenes of the Toriko or whatever they're called, and the snakes and stuff becoming really, really interesting. And Ginkgo gives him a bit of a philosophical argument about the way that using your abilities for selfish reasons causes self-destruction, and that you have to sort of align yourself with the world in order to use your powers in a way that actually helps you and helps others. And I think this is a really really powerful and important philosophical moment because it is Ginkgo's mindset, right? Ginkgo has his own powers that are quite valuable. He can see Mushi and he can interact with Mushi and he's got a connection to Mushi and he draws Mushi. And all of these things could be used for harm. We see a lot of characters who use their abilities for some level of harm, and Ginkgo does a lot to stop them, a lot to prevent that, and a lot to convince them that there are other ways. For example, the guy with the eye on his hand was using his powers to become a fucking psychopath. And we managed to stop that, which is really good. But in this case, we find a boy who is kind of at a crossroads where he's using his abilities with the wind, his ability to call Mushi, to actively harm his family because he resents his stepmother. And it's not getting him anywhere, and it's not doing anything of value. So eventually, he calls the joy in. He calls in sort of a, like, almost to instill a rebellious way, calls the birds, and they swoop in and they tear through this house, really fucking up his parents' lives, honestly. But for the last time, and in order to get rid of all of the snakes, at which point he leaves behind the desire to try to, like, he becomes self-sufficient in a way, and like gains the self-esteem to not care what they think of him and to go and do what he loves, which seems to be sailing and bringing the winds. And I think that's a powerful change that Ginkgo manifests in this child by telling him off, basically. And it works. It works really well. And we get this epilogue sequence where Ginkgo gets to find out that indeed it has worked, and indeed this guy is still out there being a sailor and doing what he needs to do. But what he needed to do was to get away from the place that was causing him this resentment, I think. And to remove himself from their lives, to let them live without him bringing that darkness and those snakes of resentment and bad juju and bad feelings into their household again. So it's this choice to stand on his own and to use his power for good instead of evil, or at least for selfish but not entirely selfish reasons, right? Not selfish destruction of others, but instead the like ability to be a good sailor. I think that's really cool. And I think that the visual elements of this episode make it all fucking click together, and make it really, really dramatic and impressive and really interesting as well. I like the hell out of this episode. I don't know if I like the character of Ibuki because he fucks up a bunch. It's kind of hard to love him. But I love the framing and the feel of the episode, and I love the weirdness as things start to go wrong and the snakes start to come. I also love the particular Mushi of the episode, that there's like, we're tapping into a piece of the Mushi ecosystem with these snake creatures and the bird creatures that eat them, and humans being able to bend them to their will can be either very helpful and very cool or deeply destructive. Just like any other force of nature, the power to control it can be used for good or ill, and it is Ginkgo's job in this situation he does the Mushishi job, which is to make the creatures disperse, but it is actually his interactions with the human element of this episode that create lasting and important change. I also wanted to just mention that this scene with the like yellowish clouds and the dark tone as all of these snakes go away and the water in the background is just fucking gorgeous. And then we cut from there to another gorgeous scene of him returning home. And honestly, there's this feeling like he's an outcast in this moment, like he doesn't belong here. And that's only helped by the fact that Ginkgo is here to tell him off, right? But we get this kind of a sullen perspective from him, and then we see the darkness creeping back in. He can't get rid of it. And so we have to have ourselves a little talk, and it works. Ginkgo is able to convince him to move on, and you don't necessarily need the respect of this family. You need your own respect, and you're not going to get that if you're using your Mushi powers to fucking kill them. That's pretty interesting. I like the episode. I like that Adashino's back. I like the goofy moments with Adashino and how he's just like, so can I get one of them whistles? That seems really cool. Adashino is just a fiend for cool trinkets, and I think that's great. But centering around the human element of the episode, I think is really powerful, and I think that these scenes are absolutely stellar. I wondered multiple times why there were so many people credited on like storyboard and episode direction and animation direction, and the answer is because there are so many styles of animation clearly clashing here. I'll bet that one of those ADs was in charge to some extent of all of the snakes. And one of those ADs was probably in charge to some extent of all of the birds. And one of those ADs was probably to some extent in charge of all of the water. And then maybe somebody was in charge of most of the human elements and the like landscapes and the feeling and the majority of the episode. But it all comes together, and it doesn't feel like a too many cooks situation where we've got too much going on and too many ideas being made to come to bear. Instead, it feels like a cohesive whole that a bunch of people worked on to bring individual elements to life and to make really, really fucking cool. And that's my takeaway from the episode. I think it's really fucking cool with a good story to back it up and really gorgeous animation and style all the way through. Little round of applause because I think this episode is really stunningly excellent. Yeah, and I think that's mostly my take on it. I mean, I feel like we could go deep into the psychology of Ibuki and understand this character a little bit better. But I think it's pretty straightforward. This is a kid who feels kind of outcast from his family because I think that's his stepmom. If it is his real mom, that's a little bit more fucked up. The way she treats him like, oh, I guess you're back from your ship crashing. No like happiness to see him or happiness that he's alive. None of that. Just worried about what she's going to feed the kids, right? Like, did you bring money? You got money? You got money, though, right? Like, you brought home the bacon. And eventually he just pieces out and is like, yeah, no more of that for you. You can take care of yourself. I'm going to take care of myself. And I think everybody's better off for that choice. So that's good. I like the episode. I think it's utterly gorgeous. It's one of the prettier episodes that we've had. And it kind of doubles down on the really cool birds scene that we got in episode 1 or 2, somewhere in the very early stages of Zoku Shou. And it's using some of the same technology to make these flocks of birds come to life. But all in all, this is a gorgeous episode with a cool idea, and some fan favorite characters. At least Adashino's a favorite of mine, and I'm a fan, so fan favorite characters, and some really cool human elements. Good freaking job, Mushishi. Excellent episode. Excellent pair of episodes. Really interesting ones. Both, again, dealing with nature. So now we can check wind off of the list. So we've done snow, mountain, water, trees, water again, and then wind. Cool as hell. Cool as hell. All right. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Mushishi Zoku Shou episodes 7 and 8. I hope you've enjoyed them as much as I have, and I hope to catch you next week when we will probably watch episodes 9 and 10. See you there. Peace.